The average toddler outgrows their shoes 4 times in a year. It's enough to keep parents on their toes, but there's no need to stress over making the right choices for healthy feet. A few simple considerations will save worry and money. Here's Dennis Duda for the Mayo Clinic News Network.
Shoe shopping for kids. The choices seem endless. Racks and rows of styles, materials, and options. Dress shoes, play shoes, athletic shoes. And once you find the perfect pair, parents know it's probably time to do it again.
Yeah, they just grow right out of them.
Sarah Sock is a mother of 2, including 5-year-old Dora. She hopes she's going about it the right way.
Mostly getting the right size for their feet so their toes aren't smushing.
This one I wasn't as fond of because it has a really thick sole and it's very hard and rigid.
Dr. Noelle Larson is a pediatric orthopedic surgeon at Mayo Clinic. She says the basic goal of kid shoes is simply to protect the foot from trauma in the environment. Beyond that, it's important to do no harm.
Particularly in smaller children, to pick a very wide shoe with a wide toe box so the toes aren't being crowded in the front of the foot. And also to pick a nice flexible sole instead of a hard sole.
Dr. Larson says research indicates at any given time nearly a third of children may be wearing shoes that are too small because they've outgrown them.
So I'd say it's better to change the shoes more frequently rather than necessarily investing in a very fancy, expensive pair of shoes.
If your child's feet seem not to have arches, not to worry. Dr. Larson says up to 20% of kids never will. The rest develop arches by the age of 10 or 12. Back to that do no harm objective. Parental guidance is suggested for teenagers who love high heels. Dr. Larson says girls need to be girls, but ankle sprains, bunions, and toe deformities could be the price to pay.
That's one reason not to wear them on a daily basis. Puts a lot of pressure on the ball of the foot, and as you can see, not very many people have a triangular shaped foot.
Sarah has a few years before she has to have that debate with Dora. In the meantime, every few months, there's a stop at the shoe store for a new measurement.
And pretty much every time, got to get a new pair.
For the Mayo Clinic News Network, I'm Dennis Duda.
A couple of other suggestions. Allowing a finger width of extra room beyond the toes will give kids' feet room to grow and still give them a good fit. And for toddlers, a higher heel in the back will help keep the shoes from sinking in.
And now a recap of the headlines. The governor says there is scope in the Disaster Management Act for the involvement of legislators in times of disasters. Fraser complaints of stagnant projects prompts a response from Premier Smith. Students debate for Junior Tourism Minister title. BVI Health Services Authority proposes a new higher fee structure as the organization copes with paying for medicine and supplies. A cancer prevention and control program is being proposed in partnership with private healthcare providers. King Garden Bay business operators talk about the way forward for the BVI Music Fest. And hundreds of fans flock to the Eo Shirley Recreation Grounds for the historical BVI Twilight Track Meet. In news from the Caribbean, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank rejects Moody's call for a devaluation of the Eastern Caribbean dollar. And Barbados and China looking to finalize air travel services agreement. Remember, you can watch this entire newscast as well as all the news features on our website, jtvlive.net. You can also find more news, JTV's television programs, government and community events on jtvlive.net. We welcome your questions and comments. You can email us at jtvnews@hotmail.com. I'm Mino Soman. Thank you for watching.
Wardrobe provided by Umi Fashions.